Please, please don't die. Please don't. Oh, I didn't see you there. I was desperately trying to keep Twizzler alive. Hey, let's do vocab while you're here. Hello, welcome. So you know the deal. Can you go into your digital notebook and can you go ahead and enter 4 vocab rows now? You can do new rows by, of course, hitting the tab button. All right, let's get into it. So your first term for today is rhetorical appeals. So rhetorical appeals are Aristotle's mode of persuasion. Let me introduce you to somebody. This dead old white guy looks like that. So Aristotle, philosopher famous for quite a great many reasons, an oversimplified and problematic explanation would be his ability to bring together a lot of different types of philosophical ideas or concepts of the world or how to convince people. And admittedly, probably his most famous is this idea of ethos, pathos, and logos. So when we're writing about rhetorical appeals, we're really writing about different methods used in argument or advertising to persuade an individual. Probably you have used some or maybe all 3 of these techniques in trying to convince your family or friends of things already without kind of even knowing it. All right, next up is ethos. So ethos, you're really looking at convincing an audience via kind of 2 things. One is an authority or credibility of the speaker. So this might be someone who is a trusted expert in the field. 9 out of 10 doctors recommend. But it could also be someone who just has a lot of credibility because they're well known, something like a celebrity endorsement. So here are 2 ethos-based advertisements now. All right. Ethos is, of course, not the only type of way to persuade somebody. Pathos is often a very common persuasion technique. So pathos is a way of convincing an audience of an argument by creating an emotional response to an impassioned plea or convincing story. This is where the power of narrative really comes in. Some of you even used pathos in your literary analysis essays if you opened with an anecdote introduction, a short personal story, or included information about your own life in your literary analysis. You might have been making kind of a pathos-based argument. So here's a couple of examples to drive home pathos. One is Otis. Look at little sad Otis with his big old eyes. Do you not just want to adopt him? The idea behind pathos, I don't need to know Otis's entire story to be able to be moved emotionally. When you are afraid, when you are sad, when your heart swells, that's pathos, right? Fear is a pathos-based rhetorical appeal. When someone is going to kind of scare tactic or cautionary tale you, that's pathos. Last but not least, logos. So logos is a way of persuading an audience using reason, facts, and figures. Think about logos, logic, right? Pretty easy to remember. So this might be things like if you compare the numbers, Progressive is a whatever, cheaper auto insurance. I swear I'm not making any money off of this. These are things when you're coming to your city council arguments, these are looking at statistics, looking at budget numbers, looking at arrest rates, things like that, versus a pathos-based argument would be more like interviews with folks who have been affected by policing or police budgets in the city. All right, hey, that's it for Twizzler and for me. See you in class. You're already in class. Bye.